We're down to the final 2 Meet Friday songs. Do we have an update on who will play for the Hebrew National Championship?
Putting together those numbers, Dan, as we speak.
Okay. And you have until the end of the show, because in the final segment of the show, we will tell you who is our first champion. Yes, Steve.
Right now, as it stands, okay, Tregulators is up pretty big, actually, for Holly and Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Wow.
He's Jay Billis, Sports Emmy nominated. Yeah. Duke Basketball's a TV show.
Oh, it's bigger than the Kardashian show. I mean, if we could put their practices on, we would.
Yeah.
And people would watch them. And so everything, it's almost like every network, whether it's us, CBS, you name it, they couldn't get enough Zion. And if you didn't have Zion in your show, you were making a mistake.
John Calipari, the Kentucky head coach, joining us here in the studio. What do you think Nike's going to offer Zion Williamson? What do you think he's worth?
Well, do you remember when Nike did what they did with Tiger and everybody was up in arms? They couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And they got a deal.
Yeah, they did.
They got a deal. I would say, and I'll be honest with you, we recruited Zion. I probably missed him a little bit. I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know he was going to be this good. I knew he could dominate, but not like he's done. And when we played against him, I walked off the court and I said, I missed on another one.
Let me make way for some royalty here. Ernie Johnson, Turner Sports studio host.
And I can remember, I'm anchoring the weekend sports at WSB in Atlanta. I hadn't paid any attention to the news, so I get on the sports and we're doing British Open highlights, and Greg Norman is hitting a shot out of stuff like is this high, and I say, so here's Greg Norman doing his best Marlon Perkins, and blah blah blah. We go to commercial break. News anchor looks at me and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "It's Greg Norman who's at the British Open." He says, "We did the Marlon Perkins obit in the second segment."
Oh no.
Would have been nice to know that before I went down that road.
Yeah, maybe you should have watched the news that you're on.
I was too busy, Dan.
I'm sure you were.
I was editing British Open highlights when they were doing the Marlon Perkins Opus.
He's the head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas, Patrick Ewing. Did you recruit Zion?
I tried to. He was one of the best players in college basketball, but we didn't get close. I heard you talking to Coach Cal, and he got a lot closer than at least he got in the house. I wasn't able to get in the house.
You were outside looking through the window.
Like, let me in.
Kenny, in California, you won by a little over 22,000 votes. I know it's probably the greatest day of your life, and I'm glad to be a part of it, Kenny.
I've got the luxury of going to Golden Road and celebrating with a Wolf Pup because I'm here in LA where
I like it. I like that product placement. Round of applause for Kenny and Holly as they went toe-to-toe there in our first ever Meet Madness Championship.
Tune in to the Dan Patrick Show weekday mornings on Audience or the DP Show app.